Today's Giants game was not good. A thorough ass whooping. It didn't even require 60 minutes. This thing was over 30 minutes or less. I want to say something positive before I say anything else. I really I really respect, not for nothing. And I don't think he had a spectacular game today, but I really respect Daniel Jones's toughness to hang in there and at least give some effort. When you got your offensive line is playing like a fucking joke today, and we'll get to that in a second. And you've got guys like Leonard Floyd and Aaron Donald, who might be top five best defensive player in the league, right? Trying to rip your head off, and you're just hanging in there, trying to compete, trying to get your team to do something. At that point, stats and what you do doesn't matter. It's just, do you got the heart to hang in there? And so I give Daniel Jones credit on that. And so, that's a positive. But today's game was so fucking bad, was so pathetic, was so awful, was so every terrible thing you could think of. And it really shouldn't be. It's one thing if the Giants would have traveled across country on the road against an LA Rams team who's clearly a playoff team. It's clear. If it would have been in Los Angeles, that's one thing. But for them to come over here, come across the country, and just whoop the Giants' ass, it's just gross. And I get it. The Giants don't have Saquon Barkley, Darius Slayton, which, I can't say enough how big of a deal Darius Slayton is to this offense, but nobody wants to believe it. You know, I understand there's guy, Tony gets hurt, literally, or Tony's out of the game before the first quarter's even over with. So we just, it's just a team just full of injuries, which that's year after year now, it seems like, with the Giants. But to just get your ass kicked, like where's the game plan? What was the game plan today? Did anybody watch the Giants game today as a Giants fan and say, okay, I get what the game plan is today. I clearly see what the game plan is today, because today it looked like there was no fucking game plan. And to me, that's what makes sports fun, is that a team is inferior to the other team, but they're game planning, they're finding a way to compete with that team that's supposed to be better than them. They're overcoming lacking talent by just being schematic, and they're scheming, and they're running these amazing plays, and there's just a great game plan how to attack the other team. I don't even know what today's game plan was. I couldn't tell you. And I sit here and I watch this offensive line, and it's so gross. It's so fucking gross how people are just like, well, Nate Solder, he's old. Just throw Pert out there. Just throw, Pert, and then Pert gets thrown out there, and he almost gets Daniel fucking killed. And it's like, how could anybody, at what point does anybody have some logic here and says, there's a safety issue here? We're going to get a man killed. But throw the young guy out there. He'll figure it out, right? Fuck it. We'll go at the expense of Daniel Jones receiving another concussion. which is another thing. It's like I'm watching Joe Judge on a 4th and inches and 4th and 1 sneak fucking Daniel Jones up the middle. Like, dude, he just got a concussion 7 days ago, and you're having him go head first into the defensive line, trying to get the, I admire Daniel Jones' toughness, but do we have any heart or have any care about the future of the franchise? Offensive line is so bad today that the offense, no running game, right? No passing game. Daniel's throwing interceptions, with Daniel hasn't been throwing interceptions all year long, but hell, he's standing in the pocket getting creamed every chance he gets. And don't get me started on this defense. Absolutely. I personally, and this is the crow part of this video, I personally overrated this secondary so bad. And a lot of people love to come to me and point out my faults and my bad opinions and this and that garbage. But I'm sitting here openly admitting, which is something a lot of content creators don't do. I'm openly admitting that I way overvalued the New York Giants secondary. Way. I mean, it's just, and the Rams, on top of it too, right? The Rams have a better record. Like they're not necessarily in a cozy spot, but they're in a good spot right now. The Giants should be the team that should be desperate to scratch and claw. Yet Rams today look like the more desperate team, the team that desired to win the game more than the Giants. And that to me makes me fucking sick, because again, I can handle the Giants losing. I can handle that. But to show absolutely no heart and no care about what the hell's going on is a joke. And furthermore, I've said it a million times. I'm pro Gettleman. I've tried to be pro Judge. Nobody should survive this if this continues. They really should. And I know a lot of you are half empty kind of guys, and I try to be a glass half full kind of guy. But I'll tell you right now, it's a good thing for Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman that I don't personally own the team, because these motherfuckers would be getting their pink slips before they even leave the facility today. Nobody played good. I mean, does anybody stand out to you guys that says, oh yeah, they look great? Secondary looked awful. Pass rush got to Stafford a couple times, but just not enough. Linebackers getting exposed in open field, just terrible. Everywhere. I mean, everywhere you look, it's terrible. And again, I can't even. The offensive line today was some of the worst offensive line play I've seen in the last, at least for sure, the last 5 years. And I think that's saying a lot. I really do. It's also brought to my attention that Bad Dog and Chris were talking about me during their live stream today, which I don't give a fuck. Like, I make my videos the way I want to make my videos. I believe in the Giants. I'm always going to support the Giants, from game one all the way to the last game. I make my videos the way I do. And here's the thing, too. And even in moments like today where it's embarrassing to be a Giants fan, at least I stand for something most of the time. I'm not ballless. I have fucking kahunas. And at the same time, I always believe, and I'm not wishy-washy. And I'm okay with just being wrong. And if Dave Gettleman ain't the guy, I'm okay with saying, yep, I was fucking wrong. I decided to believe in the Giants. So fucking what? Like, duh. Like, oh, I think the Giants are gonna win. Well, what the fuck am I supposed to think, dumbass? Oh, I guess I should come on YouTube each and every week and say, hey, we about to take that ass whooping today. Well, then if that's the case, then I shouldn't be a fucking fan of the Giants. I should just take all my stuff down and not even support them. I'm going to embrace a 1-5 team and just acknowledge the fact that, yeah, this is my favorite team. I'll be the dumbass that wears their gear and say, yep, but the shit's run too deep now where it's like I can't change that. I'll be the biggest fan that I can be. I'll say what I'm gonna say. I'll put the videos out like I'm gonna put out. And honestly, I'm earning my right to be called a Giants fan right now. Because I've always said this, it's easy to be a Giants fan, or I mean a fan of any team when your team's always good. I'm just rambling now. But the fact is like, I don't give a shit what it, you guys come to my page and say, well, so-and-so's talking shit. I don't give a fuck. At least I stand for something. That's the number one thing that most content creators don't even stand for anything. Like, they don't. So fuck them. I mean, straight up. They say one thing and then off camera they stab you right in the fucking back. Who cares? Anyways, I'm disappointed in the Giants today. I was excited to play really good teams this year, like the Rams and whoever else is going to be considered good, just to see how we stacked up. And obviously the Giants are still a long ways away, and that's unfortunate.